according to this question, or you are going to ask
the
me?
introduction of your names, your age, and your qualification.
Oh, okay.
Okay, first of all, your full name.
Alright, so, Assalamualaikum. Very good morning. So, my full name is Shanida Rahman. So, I'm 25 years old. I have degree in accountancy from UITM Shanghai. So, I finished my degree, I graduated in October 2011. So, since then, I started to work in private sector first. I've worked with Bursa Malaysia, securities provide for 1 year. Gain those experiences there, and it's kind of job that doesn't suit me, so I started to find a part-time jobs. So I end up teaching preschool English and teaching tuition center as an English teacher as well. So
you're going to ask that.
yeah, you're going to ask me.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell us some things about your experience in working in a preschool setting?
At one P, okay, at this one P start. So my experience teaching English in preschool. So one of the things that I discovered when I teach English here is if you have a very good command in English, it doesn't matter because these are the kids, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. They don't even know what English is all about, what Malay is all about. They just know we give them instructions and they follow. So teaching English in here, you need to use simple words. Simple kind of words to instruct them. For example, Halifah, we use Halifah to refer to those kids, right? So we say Halifah, if you want to ask them to line up, Halifah, please line up. Halifah, straighten your lines. Halifah, put your hands.
Simple terms.
Yes, just simple terms English because these are kids. But then when they heard those kind of instructions daily, 2 or 3 times daily, so they kind of understand. So after 1 or 2 months, they will start to, at first they will kind of, what are these teachers are talking about? So after 1 or 2 months, they started to recognize that, okay, when teachers say line up, so we need to line.
Understand the instructions.
Yes, but the key points here is use a simple English instead of, no matter how good your command in English is, but these are kids. So if you want to ask them or talk to them or advise them, use a simple terms English. We don't really, the knowledge that you have, the good command in English that you have is not going to work here. Because these are kids, we are dealing with kids. So if I say to them like what I converse with all of you, they will never understand, right? So this is simple English. Halifah, how are you? What are you feeling today? Are you feeling fine? So that's it. So that's the first experience that I gained here. That's the first thing that I discovered here, teaching in preschool. Use the simple English. So may I know what is the course that you all have been doing?
Childhood education.
Oh, alright. So
Yeah,
okay, so childhood education, so you need to gain all those tips.
Okay. So what are the teaching methods that you use to teach English in this preschool?
Alright.
What are teaching methods?
Okay, so actually I have a lesson plan. You want to see our lesson plan? Yeah, because every subject, teachers have their own lesson plan.
Before start learning, teacher have a lesson plan.
Yes, the preschool provide us with the lesson plan, so we need to, if you want to see it, I can link it from the class.
Later on, perhaps maybe before the class starts, because later on, maybe perhaps when the class starts, because we are going to record the class as well.
Oh, okay, you're going to, but I don't really, the lesson plan is the instruction on how you are supposed to teach them, right?
Is it more to guideline or?
Yes, it's a guideline.
It's a guideline.
So we don't really macam put the lesson plan and see the lesson plan and teach. No, the lesson plan is the thing that prepared previously so that we can use it as a guideline before we can enter the class and teach them. So if you want to see that later, I will show you. Alright, so the method is, it is specified in the lesson plan. For 6 years, 6 and 5 years, we introduce them to alphabets first. Because that's the thing that they need to know. This is preschool, right? So alphabets, A until Z. And then sometimes we will use phonics. How to pronounce it. Yes, so how to pronounce those alphabets when they had been constructed into words, those kind of things. So the method is you need a material kind of pictorial kind of material. So you put the letters.
Flashcard also use.
I don't really use flashcards because these are kids. So when you distribute cards to them, they will start to play around with those cards. So some teachers may find flashcard useful, especially for teachers that have a firm voice and very strict in class. So flashcard will be useful, but I'm a kind of teacher that don't have that tone, that firm tone. So I don't really use flashcard in class because if I use flashcard, then once I distributed the flashcard and then they started to play around with the flashcard and then they fight with each other, fighting for those cards. Even though the cards is the same, but these are kids, right? So I just use a margin paper where I write those alphabets plus the pictures, and then I enter the class. So now today for the class that will enter later, they will learn I, J, K, and L.
Every lesson class, you teach the alphabet. Starting how much alphabet you
Introduce.
teach in one class. So for 6 years, we introduce 4 per class. Four alphabets per class. But for 5 years, we introduce 2 because they are 5 years. So they don't really understand if you put there like 4 alphabets and then they start to. What is this? Teacher, what is this? Teacher, what is this?
Do you emphasize on approach, play approach?
Play approach. Means
Teaching English, do you emphasize on the play? So,
Means learning through playing.
learning, but we don't really use playing approach here. If we want to make the class interesting, then we will do a games or ask them to stand up and raise their hands to answer the question. So who's going to answer that, and he or she did answer those questions correctly, then he or she can see. Or we give sweets as a reward. I don't really know what playing approach is. Do you play around with those kids? Because the time is very limited. I mean,
Play just mean the kindergarten provide the material for them to play at certain time. Just they have a play time, they have a lesson time.
Actually, to be more specific, learning through play means that you are introducing a new subject to the children, but then through a game. For example, for example, transportation. We are going to. I'm so sorry about that. We are going to introduce about transportation. So we are going to start up what we call as set induction. The set induction is going to be in a play game, in a play method.
it's kind of introduction.
Yes.
For that, you teach the children.
In teaching alphabets, we don't really use that play approach, but we sang alphabet songs together.
That was a set induction for.
Right. Before I introduce the new alphabets to them, so okay class, okay Halifa, let us sing alphabet songs together. They know alphabet song A to Z, but they don't recognize the alphabet. Alright. So when they sing, and then finally we show them the letters, the alphabets. So then they know, oh, okay, this is how L looks like, this is how K looks like. If they just sing along, they don't really know